title of this objective is Factor Sum or Difference of Two Cubes. We learned in class that whenever we have the sum or the difference of two cubes, it could be factored to the cube root of the first plus or minus the cube root of the second times this first term of the first factor squared minus or plus the product of the two terms of the first factor plus the second term of the first factor squared. Whatever the sign is here matches the sign in between the first two terms of the first factor. And then this sign is always the opposite of this sign. So I'm going to use this idea to factor this number 1, j cubed minus 216, which I recognize to be the difference of perfect cubes. So I'm going to take the cube root of the first minus the cube root of the second. The cube root of 216 is 6. And now to get my second factor, I'm just going to use the terms in the first factor. J squared plus 6j plus 36. And that matches letter C. Let's try another one. Number 2, x to the 9th minus y to the 12th. Well, if I'm going to factor this x to the 9th minus y to the 12th, first off I need to recognize that it is the difference of perfect cubes. So I'll take the cube root of the first term, which is x cubed, minus the cube root of the second, which is y to the 4th. Now to get my second factor, I always just use the terms in the first factor. So let's square the first factor. X cubed squared is x to the 6th. Multiply the two of these together and change the sign. And square the last term. So there you go. Here's the prime factorization of this expression. And that matches letter C. Let's try another one. Number 3, 27p cubed plus 125. Once again, just following that pattern, let's take the cube root of the first plus the cube root of the second. Remember, these signs are always the same. Now I'm going to get my second factor by using the terms in the first. So I square the first, 9p squared. Multiply the two terms together, plus 15p, and square the last, plus 25. And that's how you factor the sum or difference of two cubes.